Hello, people. This is Squash Corner, and this is the Washed and Unwashed series where I talk about practically if you're a beginner, moderate, or like you haven't played fighting games in a while, this is kind of the video for you. We have advanced into technology where we have fighting games that are actually free now that are good. We have been having fighting games for a while that are free, but I always feel like they always kind of miss the mark. I feel like 2XKO, like it's actually out. I feel like they did a really bad job advertising it. I was shocked that it was out like for the past like 2 to 3 months that it actually released. So it's free. And what does that mean entirely? So a big thing about fighting games that I thought was a really hard seller is the idea that if a game is like 60-50 bucks, whatever, um I feel like the fun comes from, it used to come from, playing with, local people, people or the arcade modes and stuff like that. But I feel like that kind of died out. Now I feel like you play online, that's just the world we live in now. Or like if you want to play with a friend, usually they're playing from their couch, so you have online to do it. So it's a hard sell to do for two people to buy a $60, $50 product and play. So now 2XKO, whatever, is free. So you can literally just download it and play it. And it's like, well, okay, how the hell do I start? Well, good news is the game is relatively still new. And I haven't played fighting games in a very long time, so I try to get back into it. And this game, it looks very intimidating in pen and paper because it's two characters. Oh, I have to do all that, and I'm kind of probably going to get body from people that already been playing the game. Surprisingly, as somebody who just knows fundamentals and stuff like that, you could go really relatively far and still have an enjoyable process due to the mechanics of the game. So like, for example, this is not specifically talking about this game. This is talking about a lot of games. Like, for example, Grand Blue, there's a free version for that. If you play Under Night, all that stuff, what's it called? A lot of Marvel games too, like Marvel vs. Capcom, Dragon Ball Fighters, all these games have a sequence of attacks that just all work together. I want to say this doesn't work with like Tekken and Street Fighter. Street Fighter a little bit, but not Tekken. But so I'm specifically talking about like these tag team fighting games. A lot of anime-based fighting games are like this. So, for example, right now I'm playing Gold Rank and I'm not doing anything fancy. If you're somebody who's new to fighting games, etc., all you need to do is you don't have to look up super deep combos into like, oh, this one only works in the corner. Oh, I need a mix-up, all that stuff. If you're very new to this, you could just know the basics, which is light, medium, heavy. This game has 2 special buttons, and know what your super is, which is like your super move, like meaning like it takes meter to do. That's all you need in this game. So like if you look at the gameplay that I'm playing, it's literally nothing fancy is happening. It's literally me and my opponent is doing the same things. We're Gold Rank. Gold Rank is like you have a general idea of the game, but we're doing the most basic stuff, but it gets the job done. So it's just light, medium, heavy, special attack, but this game has 2 special attacks, so just do special attack 1, then special attack 2. The only other thing too, related to combos if you're new, is if you do those sequences, after you do heavy, so light, medium, heavy, a lot of the times there's a move that's down heavy, and if you do that, your character usually bounces the other character. Look, there's a demonstration right there. They launch the character upwards, and then you jump, and you do the same thing, light, medium, heavy, special. That's all you do. That's the whole thing. And so it's like, oh, okay, cool, I could be a good player doing all that. Well, that's the basics of it. I want to say that's the first half. The second half is being in weird predicaments. So, for example, right now where we're playing like keep away. So, like, if you have projectiles, go far away and throw the projectiles. If you, like, light, medium, heavy all have different ranges to hit the opponent. Usually lights are faster, but they have short range. Medium has like, it's in the middle of that, and then heavy is usually slower but has big range. If you just pick up the game, go online and stuff like that, literally don't be afraid to just click stuff. Like click buttons and see like, okay, this covers this range. What could I get off of it? If I hit this person, could I use heavy to also make a combo out of it? It's all like you're like a mad scientist trying to figure out how to link things together. So I want to say, once you have a general, it's called a bread and butter combo usually, that those quick sequences that work, you have to understand the gameplay mechanics and what your character can do and their range. For example, if I was like far away from the opponent, I wouldn't do lights because they wouldn't reach. But if I just spam projectiles, that could potentially reach, or if I space out a heavy, it gives me more wiggle room to actually hit the opponent. I want to say the big takeaway is I want everyone's like ego to be completely removed when you play a game. Also, I would highly recommend playing ranked over casual, which sounds silly, because it's like casual, you know, players shouldn't be taking their matches too seriously if it's casual. But you'd be surprised. Casual is weird because you could fight like the worst person ever, or you could fight the best person ever. Like it's a very mixed bag. So with ranked, I know it sucks that it's like, oh crap, I have to lose all my points if I lose and stuff like that. If you understand the game, your rank wouldn't change much. And even if you lost a rank, like you got a rank down for trying something new, the idea you tried something new and learned something from it will make you a better player anyway, and you're just going to get your rank back eventually. Like, if you're somebody new to fighting games, you have to understand that you're probably going to lose a shit ton. But once you know the basics and you just experiment, you know, completely remove that ego out of the way, you could get really far. So like the idea that it's like I haven't touched this shit in so long and I could get gold just from knowing those basic fundamentals is pretty good. So once you have, like, once you're getting comfortable with what button does what sequence of buttons, you know, work together for a combo or to kill somebody, the mechanics are like, you know, like for this game, like this game has push block, this game has counter breakers, this game has like a lot of stuff. Like, just practice stuff, even if it doesn't work. Like, let's just say you're like, hey, if I push block here, it would be a dumb idea. Just do it. Just see what will come from it. Oh, it's dumb to do what's it called, a breaker right here. Just do it, just to get comfortable pressing the button. I will say too that it sounds easy, me saying this crap, you know, it sounds so easy being like, oh, yeah, but you've been playing for a bit of time, that's why it's so easy for you. It's literally just press crap and learn from the crap. And if you lose, but you learn something anyway from it, that's all that really freaking matters. I want to say that, like, if you look up the whole reason for this video is, if you look up fighting game stuff now, it's usually ranked matches of players knowing what the hell they're doing. They're not explaining what exactly the thought process is it. So I feel like I'm trying to do something a little different where I'm washed. I suck as a player at the moment. But if I just film stuff of me just trying to figure things out and telling you my process, you guys wouldn't feel discouraged of always losing or winning or whatever. Like, it's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is you trying to get to point A to point B. So right now I'm a gold player that's just doing basic crap, but like once you reach that level of being like, I'm comfortable with my characters, etc., I want you to just learn a little bit more from that. So like, let's just say you're listening to everything that I'm saying right now. Then you could look at videos of high ranked players and see what they're doing and see what you could copy. You could look up more advanced combos, and the combos work differently. Well, yeah, there's combos that only work in the corner. There's combos that, what's it called, that leave the opponent in specific states, like in a hard knockdown, etc. And you could learn all these things once you know the fundamentals. And this whole gameplay sequence that I'm doing is just all fundamentals and us just trying to figure shit out. So that's really it. That's all I really have to say. If you're new, we're living in a very good age where you can just pick up a fighting game that's really high quality and just continue from there. I will say the only issue I have with this game is the roster is really freaking small if you're a free-to-play player. But I will say that there's a lot of, they give you a lot of ways to get points, like, you know, like the in-game currency for you to get the characters. Like it's 10,000 credits. I don't know what the fuck they call it, but it's 10,000 like money, currency, whatever, to buy a character if you're interested in. But I feel like this game is relatively generous of giving you those points for you to get characters. So honestly, you could play this game completely free. I would say the only thing you would probably have to spend money is they force you to spend the money on the costumes because this game is free, so that's how they're making money off the costumes. And I will say it's relatively freaking expensive. Like a rare costume, etc., is like $30, which is insane. Like for Marvel Rivals, that shit's like 25. So this game is relatively expensive, but it doesn't change the gameplay of the game. It's just cosmetic. So I highly recommend trying this out. It's free, and just grind the game online, and you will get the points to buy characters you're actually interested in. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.